What was your first job or your first entrepreneurial venture?
That's actually a really good question. I remember when I was 9 years old, I was with a friend of mine at his home, and we were playing on his new PlayStation 3. He had the newest PlayStation 3, and I wanted that one as well, but we didn't have much money back in the day. So I went home and I asked for my dad for that PlayStation 3. And he told me, if you want to have that PlayStation 3, you need to earn it. He wanted to teach me discipline as a young child. So I was only 9 years old and I was looking for ways how to make money for the PlayStation 3. So the thing I did is I went to the neighbors with a bucket and a sponge of water. Went to the neighbors and I asked them if I could clean their car for like 10 euros, for example. But I always got refused, and I was like, why do they refuse me? Like, I'm trying to sell my service, you know? Then I thought there's a neighborhood where I live, where all the rich people live. So I went with my bike at 9 years old with a bucket of water and a sponge to that neighborhood, and I just ringed on doorbells. And the thing I did there was like, I didn't like try to sell my service. I tried to give them a free service. For example, I ring on the doorbell and I said, I want to clean your trims, only the wheels. You don't need to give me any money, but if you want to donate me something, I would appreciate it. So I did it, and I remember the first door where I went to and cleaned their trims and their wheels. The guy gave me 20 euros, and I was like, bro, if I do this, I'm going to be rich. I'm 9 years old. So within 3 weeks in that neighborhood, 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I remember I had enough money to buy the PlayStation 3. So actually that was my first ever entrepreneurship at 9 years old, just trying to hustle some money.
Did you own other businesses before you started in crypto?
I had many, but my first real business was actually when I was working at the gym. I was working as a fitness coach and a personal trainer when I was like 16, 17 years old. I remember that I built this SaaS platform. It was a web platform where the idea was that I sold these to personal trainers and to gym owners, and they could generate a nutrition plan and a training plan within like a few clicks on the button. Within 30 seconds, they had a whole nutrition plan and a whole a training plan. So that was my first ever business, but I remember like trying to actually build it, and it took me a year to have this whole SaaS platform built. But in the meanwhile, I also started my crypto journey as well. So I had to make a choice, like, where do I see the most future? And I was like, I think in the Web3s, we live in a digital gold mine. So I chose to focus on crypto, and I left that business behind actually. It's not necessarily that it failed, but I just didn't spend my time on it. But it was a good learn moment. I think I've learned a lot in there, and I was experienced as a entrepreneur.
How did you start your crypto journey?
I actually started my crypto journey in 2017. It was my brother who started before me, and he tipped me to look into this. It was something with coins. I didn't even know what it was. So, I looked into it. So my first ever investment in crypto was actually the project was called Unshares. It's now called Neo. They rebranded to Neo. It's a dinosaur. But back in 2017 it was really good. But the bull market in 2017 was crazy as well, bro. I remember that it doesn't matter what coin you were holding, a top 100 coin, they all went like a 100x. So I invested like 2,000 euros into Neo, and it went all the way to a portfolio value of like 200,000. But I was young. I was 18 years old, and maybe I was even younger, 17. And I was like, bro, I was walking next to my shoes, if you know what I mean. Like, if you make that amount of money at a young age, you will lose it a bit. And I did lost it. I lost my whole portfolio. So that was a hard time for me. But my second best investment was actually BNB. I bought BNB at 89 cents. But I did sold most of my back at $12 because I didn't really know what I was doing. I traded into some other coins, and eventually I lost it all. Got wrecked. The whole 200,000 portfolio was gone, and I had to start all over again. So that wasn't always the easiest time, but I really started to dive deep into crypto into 2021 bull run, and that's when I made most of my money.
Do you have any advice for young entrepreneurs who want to achieve the same success as you?
The best advice I can give to young entrepreneurs is that never try to do stuff alone. Never be a lone wolf. Always try to become a team with other members, because you have to understand, especially in crypto, you're competing against other teams. So if you try to do everything alone, you will lose it, because there's another team that's better. They have a whole team. Like imagine even a Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi, they can't win matches alone. They need a team around them. So always try to find people that have the same goal, they want to achieve the same goal as you, and compete against other teams with a whole team. So that's the best advice that I can give to young entrepreneurs. Last week was actually crazy. We had a Zignaly event. I was invited as a speaker. It actually was my first time ever that I spoke with a large crowd. But it was absolutely insane. We're gonna watch some videos about it. Gonna clip it in this video as well, so you can see how it was. My second biggest investment was actually BNB. I bought BNB at 89 cents. Well, if you don't believe me, I can show you some screenshots. But I bought it. But I didn't really know what I was doing. 89 cents went all the way to $600 in 2021. But I did sold most of my back at $12 because I didn't understand what I was doing. I didn't do my due diligence. So a friend came up to me and he told me, why did you buy BNB? And I told him, I don't know, the guy's fucking Chinese, just buy it. So he bought it, it went well. No, but what I want to say is actually that even though, how do I say it? Even that I took my profits early, the reason why it went so successful is because CZ is actually a very smart guy, is that he introduced Binance Smart Chain. So when Binance Smart Chain came out and people were adopting it and using it in 2020 and 2021, that was when it really blew up. And he understood you need to create. He already had a money generating revenue, the Binance Exchange, but he understood that I need to have this money flow into my ecosystem. How can I accomplish it? That's when he started to introduce Binance Smart Chain, and the rest is history. Went all the way to $600. And that's the reason why I'm so excited about Zig Chain, because you guys already have a revenue-making platform, and the next chain is going to be that layer one. Imagine if a meme coin is going to launch the first meme coin on Zig Chain. Imagine, and it goes to 100 million market cap, and it goes to 200 million market cap. People are using it, bro. TVO, bro. It's crazy because all the money will go into the native token of Zig, and that's why my first ever investment in Zig was at 2 cents, but I really started to accumulate at 8, 9, 10 cents, the same price range as we are right now. Because that's when you guys introduced Zig Chain, and I knew I'm not gonna make that same fucking mistake I did in 2017. So that excites me the most about Zig Chain.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
What we're doing right now is I'm going to surprise the Zignaly team, going to their office to see if the owners are there working. And if they are there, it will be a surprise. But if they are there, then we're going to talk about Zignaly, about the owners, who they are, what they do, their backgrounds. And maybe we get some inside information that we can share early as well about the future of Zignaly. One of my highest conviction coins. So excited for that, and let's go. All right, guys, I'm here in front of the Zignaly office in Dubai. We're gonna see if the co-founder Abdul Rafay is here working. I'm going to call him and see if he's working, and then we're gonna step inside. I'm very curious what's happening behind the scenes for Zignaly, so let's see what's going on there. I'm going to call him. This is, by the way, the office of Zignaly. Looks really good. Should be here any minute. Let's see. Here is the co-founder Abdul Rafay, the one and only, the legend, the myth. How are you?
Brother, how are you?
Good. I'm very happy to see you.
Thank you very much for coming.
Listen, I came without you knowing, but you are here, luckily. Yeah. But I'm just very curious to see how the office of Zignaly looks like, what's happening inside of there. So let's go inside.
So this is the office. Made like a nice space here.
So this
is all
where it's
empty right
happening.
now. Yeah, some of it is happening here, but as like we are like a global company.
Yeah.
So we are all around the world. This is one of the places for sure.
One of the offices.
Yeah, a lot of magic has happened here. I think the community has seen a lot of whiteboard stuff, specifically from this room where we are going in right now.
Abdul Rafay, the mastermind. Every time I'm with you, I don't know what it is, but every time I'm with you, I'm becoming smarter.
So thank you very much.
You know so much, not only about crypto, but also life-wise. I'm always happy to meet you. But today, we are here at the Zignaly office in Dubai, one of the many quarters you have. And I'm really excited to know more about you, but also about Zignaly. So let's start to know you, Abdul Rafay, the mastermind. Let's talk about yourself. Like, can you tell me a background story about yourself?
Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you very much for coming in. I look a bit tired, but I think we can still pull off a good one for the community. I'm professionally, by education, I was a finance student through and through, and I did investment banking for almost 6 years. And 4 years out of that was in Dubai actually.
Okay.
With Standard Chartered Bank. I actually left crypto. I left banking for cryptos, and when I was leaving banking, my ex-boss was like, "What the fuck is crypto?" And even at that point, I'm talking about 10 years, 11 years ago, right? So it was not there. Like people just didn't know. So, but I stumbled upon Bitcoin. I studied it, and I came in. But my advantage there was that even before coming into banking, in my university days, with my brothers and cousins back in Pakistan, we started a small software house, which mashallah now is the largest tech house out of Pakistan, called Disrupt.com. So I had a background of that sort, so I left banking, I joined that, and under that, I went into the Web3 vertical. And for a few years, we just did, by the virtue of investments, we did pretty well. And after the 2017 bull run, where we did pretty well, we decided that, okay, in addition to investments, let's do something physically. And we were about to start something of our own. So we have this vertical structure. So Web3 comes under me, means I run a company underneath it. So I was running a crypto hedge fund at that time, and I was looking to make it more retail, more B2C kind of.
Yeah.
And I was looking for a particular product, and I stumbled upon Zignaly. So I was not the starter. I was not the one who started Zignaly.
It was already here.
It was already here. It was 1 month old.
And was the vision and the mission the same?
Yeah, absolutely the same.
Okay.
And this is where we vibe pretty well. So I was looking for it, and Ehsan, he used to be in my fund as well. So he was looking for a product which connects the APIs and all. And Zignaly was a very basic product, like super basic at that time. And it was like 1 month old, 2 months old, something. And they were looking for funding, BAR, basically.
Yeah.
And I had a call with him as a client. And immediately, 15 minutes after the call, I sent him, "Listen, I want to invest and be part of it." So initially came in as an investor.
So you came in as an investor?
As an investor,
Okay.
yeah. And within 3 months, we've had a first meeting in Singapore, myself, Bart, and David, and I decided to shut off my couple of other things, and I said, okay, next 10 years I'm working on Zignaly. Two reasons: because the mission and vision is pretty much aligned in terms of financial freedom, financial inclusion and everything. And secondly, that Bart and David are the most fantastic founders you can find in the world. Spanish guys, amazing. And so we started working on that. And due to my Disrupt.com stunt, the thing is that I have to still dedicate some time there, but I think we have come a long way in the journey there. Me alongside my brothers, we did the largest exit ever out of Pakistan. We sold one of our companies for $350 million a couple of years ago.
Wow.
Which gave me more focus to towards the Web3 side, and which is, I think, which has helped us grow Zignaly even more in the last 12 to 18 months, because the backing became much stronger and the reputation came in, the network started growing. So yeah, that's like a short background that way. But yeah, so you can say our journey from being an investor to a founder, to a mix of an investor and a founder.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
very interesting. Before we continue to talk about Zignaly, there is something I've heard. I didn't know about that, but it was on the events. You were talking with someone, and you said that you actually had an own company that a lot of people don't know, something with VPN.
Yeah, that's true. So there is so under disrupt.com, I am also the co-founder of a company called PureVPN.
It's one of the
It's one of the
largest.
largest VPN companies in the world. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, and there was Cloudways that we sold. I talked about. I am also one of the founding members of Squatwolf, which is one of the fastest growing gymwear company in Middle East. I used to be the chairman of the board. I recently resigned so that I can focus fully on that. In addition to that, I've advised and done a lot of business basically in Web 2 and Web 3. But over the last 6 to 9 months, what I've done is that with the Zig Chain coming up, I am now 100% fully focusing here.
Okay.
And I've left almost all the other roles. So 99.99% of my time actually is going into Zig Chain. I've literally, in fact, I've literally stopped wearing other clothes as well. I only wear one kind of t-shirt. That's it. Yeah. People must be thinking he has one clothes. That's fine. It's okay with me.
You need to understand, guys, this man, like, he is a multimillionaire. All the successful businesses he has, but every time I see you, it's the Zig Chain shirts, the pants, and some normal shoes.
That's the thing, comfort comes first. Number one, I really don't give a fuck about this, that whoever has to think what. I read some comments on Twitter, funny things about people were like, yeah, someone wearing Under Armour, how do we trust them? And I really wanted to reply, but I didn't reply. I actually wanted to say, yeah, these are the people you need to trust in this industry. Yeah, because who are wearing Under Armours, you don't want people wearing, the founders wearing Fendi and driving a Lamborghini.
Exactly, I think that's also true, but also the fact that you are building, you had so many opportunities. The VPN, that's one of the largest, biggest VPN companies in the world, and you focus on Zignaly only. I think that should be trusted by the community. And also, I will talk about my community and myself. We absolutely appreciate you for everything you do for Zignaly. It's awesome. So I do have a question about the future of Zignaly. Where are we now and where are we heading?
Yeah, so that's a very, very interesting thing. And like, I'll rephrase your question in a way. People say that you started as a copy trading platform and you're going to become a layer 1 blockchain. How and why? So I'll answer that, and this will give you a perspective of where we are and where we are heading. The vessel doesn't matter in which you are making a journey. The destination matters. And this is what we are talking about. Yes, we started as a automated, signal automation service, copy trading service, went into like a full-fledged fund management kind of a module, which is right now called Profit Sharing 2.0, which is Zignaly currently. It's improving even further. Our product is amazing. Like, I quote one executive from Binance who says that your product is 3 years ahead of where we want to be, which is, mashallah, amazing, to hear that way. But
we are only talking about the platform,
talking
right?
about just the platform, just what you guys see right now. We're not even talking about what is going to come. What is going to come, I don't want to say much, but inshallah, this will blow everyone apart. The testnet that we are creating for Zig Chain, I can say with certainty that there is something that no one has ever seen in the history of Web3. I am 100% confident. It's not more than 5 weeks away now. So that's that. But I'll come back onto that, where we are in the journey. So we always wanted the financial inclusion play, right? That because it's not only about where you are, how much money you have, who you are. Everyone should have equal opportunities regardless of where you are and how much money you have. It should be equal. Always work with that narrative. Platform is free. But now then we look at the world of crypto, it's much more than just trading. Right now we are trading only, either Binance, and we are about to integrate Bybit and a couple of other exchanges. So that's fine. But the world is much more than that. There is farming, staking, memes, NFTs, blah, 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 whatever. There's a whole world out there. And there's a lot of a smart way in the DeFi world to make money. Crypto is more about DeFi than CeFi. But the strength of the product comes from CeFi, just like Binance.
Yes.
Binance has spent 3 to 4 years in CeFi, then became DeFi, now in mixture. Perfect example. We think of ourselves more or less on the same line. Due to CeFi, we have a strong community, token holders, everything in place, and now we're going DeFi. So we are going to take our current Zignaly product and it is going to be a DeFi product. So the current fund managers, they only get Binance trading. They will get the whole world.
Yeah.
This is going to go live alongside the mainnet, by the way.
Okay.
So we are committed to that. Maybe a couple of weeks after that, but just around that time. And why we are doing a blockchain is that we want to curate that experience of wealth management. Because you see, we can go to other blockchain and start doing there, but you cannot curate that ecosystem then. Right now, what we are doing, there are a lot of stuff happening back in the background, and things will start coming out in November. We already have 20 plus developers who already are working on creating dApps and DeFi protocols on Zig Chain, which are very purpose built.
Yeah.
We believe in the concept of purpose built blockchain. Yes, it's permissionless. You can go, you can do whatever you want. There'll be amazing memes. We will do things for memes as well. There'll be NFTs, there'll be whatever. But the focus would be that fund managers on this protocol get a lot more options, and this is enabled through our blockchain. So this is where we are. We are literally in the middle of this transition right now, or I would say, not even a transition. I would say, just like transferring or extending right now.
Yeah.
Extending is the right word. We are extending right now as we go along, and it is very important from a user perspective, because right now, if you look at that by the time the things reach to the world of CeFi, it's too late. Like something that gets listed on Binance or any other exchange, the main alpha is gone.
Yeah.
And then like there's a whole real world asset tokenization out there, and the other things which hardly come towards this side, but these are multi-trillion-dollar industries. Having a blockchain that curates all these things, it makes it much more scalable, much more easier.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Amazing. I remember, I told this story on the Zignaly event about the Binance. It will be in the video as well, where I mentioned and I explained how Binance really blew up after they introduced the Binance Smart Chain. I think the unique selling points of Binance and the reason why it went so absolutely successful with the Binance Smart Chain, it was also that they were the first with a really low transaction fee platform.
Yeah.
Everyone was using memes, and the money was flowing into the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Well, you see it now as well with Tron. That's a bit more of a hype now, and Injective had this time with the hype. What is the unique selling points of Zig Chain? Like how are we different than all these others layer ones?
So first I'll address your speed and cost part. You're absolutely right. There was a time, and there's still a time for some of the blockchains that they're still fighting on the cost of the transaction and speed of the transaction. Point is that after a certain point, the amount of investment goes into making it faster and cheaper doesn't the advantage doesn't outweigh the cost that you're putting in. So for example, we are building on Cosmos. In Cosmos, it's like super instant. You press here, it reaches there, and you can do 3,600 transactions in $1.
Yeah.
It is very good. And they have never had a congestion. So we're not going to compete on that. Our unique selling point is the wealth generation infrastructure that we are creating. So I'm going to try and explain it a little technical here. Okay. So that by virtue of this video can be recorded and it can go places now. Okay. So it's time. Think of it like this. This is blockchain layer. This is blockchain, okay, which is permissionless for everyone. So on this you will have a DEX, token launcher, NFT marketplace, yield generation protocol, blah, 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 blah. There's a layer in between. I'll talk about it, but let's go ahead. On the top, you will have wealth management protocols. For example, Zignaly will also be one of the, protocols or dApps, you can say. There's a FinUp, which is a white label that will be there. Cryptomaniacos, another white label, they'll be there. And anyone who want to create, they can create on there. Now let's talk about this middle layer. This middle layer is the unique selling point. We on a modular level are creating an infrastructure which will integrate all these ground level dApps and DeFi protocols in a single layer and make it available in an extremely UI UX friendly manner to all the protocols at the top. Okay, this is the technical side, and soon we will put, like, our white paper is coming this month, inshallah, by the way. So you will see all of this. But think of it like this, that a wealth manager comes in from any of these protocols or independently, wherever. He can see all the options of the blockchain in a simplified UI UX manner through this engine.
Yes.
Here.
Yes.
This layer, this middle layer is our unique selling point.
Okay.
And this is the liquidity layer of Cosmos. We are creating the liquidity layer of Cosmos. Anyone can build technology. Anyone can tokenize real estate, blah, blah, blah. But where is the demand? We bring the demand.
Exactly.
I hope that makes a lot more sense now when you're saying it.
Yes.
You will have very soon, through a white paper and through other things, you guys will start seeing the technical implications and the graphical implications of this. But in essence, the wealth generation protocol, the middle layer there, that is a unique selling point.
Amazing. Now, what I don't like about Tron right now is that they are only focusing on meme coins
Yeah.
on their layer 1.
Yeah.
And the reason, well, of course, meme coin will be the future, and that will be a conversation for another day. But it's only meme coins.
Yeah.
How is Zignaly going to approach the partnerships that you're going to bring to the Zig Chain?
Let's take a step back and think, what are meme coins? Meme coins are just revamped version of shit coins from 2021, right?
Yeah.
Are they any different? They're not different. It's literally the same thing. The whole bull run that happened on BNB chain in 2021 is happening on Solana in 2024, and some of it on Ethereum. Why are blockchains so getting crazy behind the meme coins? Reason is all the blockchains want volume and DAU so they can justify the valuations that they are at, and they can incentivize people to buy and hold their tokens so other things can happen. Problem is, if you do not have a budding ecosystem like a DeFi ecosystem, Solana has some, Ethereum has a lot.
Exactly.
When you make Ethereum, you want to keep Ethereum.
Yes.
When you make Solana, you want to keep Solana. Why? Because you think there is a future.
Yes.
There's a future. Why do you think there's a future? Because you see there's a budding ecosystem, there's a DeFi ecosystem, there's a value capture happening, and you like it. I would not say Tron. Okay, say fine, Tron has the same problem, but others have this even bigger. I will not take name of the blockchains. They're sitting on $300, $400 million cash.
Wow.
They have zero ecosystem. They just want to do a meme run so that they can get like a 5x pump on their native token. So treasury looks good, they look good community, blah, blah, blah. But what's next? It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
We are not optimizing for a meme run on Zig Chain. But we know for a fact that the ecosystem that we are building, the DEXs, the DeFi protocol, the launch pads, blah, 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 that we are enabling for the builders to come and build, and soon everything will start getting public. The meme run will happen itself. You don't have to do anything about it.
Yeah.
It will happen itself. But then people will be able to do something with that. In Tron, you do a meme, you make 10x, whatever. What do you do with that Tron?
You're gonna sell it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You do that on Sol, what are you going to do with? You will hold it, most likely.
Most likely, yeah.
Likely. And Ethereum as well.
Yeah.
Generally. Why? Because you know that even if you don't use it, there are n number of people out there who are Sol maxis, Ethereum maxis for a DeFi reason. Okay, you hold it.
Amazing.
They hold it, so you hold it. Doesn't happen in the case of other blockchains.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
BNB is struggling.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think that what BNB really stands out is their CeFi, yeah? The exchange.
Exactly. So
It's-
BNB has a big advantage
Yes.
because of Binance. Every 3 months, they burned like $1 billion worth of BNB.
Yeah.
You know, they have burned 66 million out of 200 million already. Only 44 million left. And the supply will literally be 100 million. BNB is going places,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, I mean, like BNB is a different case because BNB is C5 first. BNB
Exactly.
chain is like a secondary thing. But this is the thing. So yeah, I mean, like a lot of people ask us, oh, you will have a meme coin, you will have this, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, it's a permissionless blockchain. We are not going to create a meme coin. I just want to make it super clear to everyone. We're never going to develop any DApp ourselves. We will never develop any DeFi protocol ourselves. We will not launch a single token ourselves. Never, ever.
Yeah.
We want a very big ecosystem. We need proper developer community. This is where the game is. Otherwise, there is a particular blockchain on Cosmos that they started really well. And their go-to-market was pretty fast because they were building everything in-house. But the problem with in-house is that once you build the best of the class of everything in-house, then who's going to come in? Where's the word of mouth? Developers work on word of mouth.
Yeah.
Where's the word of mouth? Who's going to build it? Who's going to beat you if you are as a blockchain as mentoring something? People just don't come in. We don't want that stupidity.
Amazing. Now there's a question that was asked to me by Ahmed on the event, and he told me, Andrew, what excites you the most about Zig Chain? And I gave my answer, but what excites you the most about Zig Chain?
The vision. Vision really excites me. I don't have to brag about it, but I think if anyone searches my name on Google, they will see that I don't need to work for my living.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah,
Yeah.
I'm done, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the vision excites me. The fact that I can see, and we as founders, we can see that we are tapping into something that can actually become a play which can be used by a billion people around the world. That keeps me up at night, and that makes me wake up fresh every morning.
That's exactly what I want to hear as an investor.
Yeah. Again, see what happens to the token. I firmly believe that if the project is good, native token does well. There is no doubt about it. Not specifically about Zig or anything. It's nature. Like, you can simply look at, okay, blockchain data is public, DeFi Llama. Go to DeFi Llama, you can go and check. Someone, in fact, asked me in Amsterdam when we met, for the event.
Yeah.
Someone asked me this thing that, what can be the valuation, blah, blah. I said simply, listen, for the layer 1 blockchain, you go to DeFi Llama, you go and check that what is generally the FDV to TVL ratio. Just add some more pointers like the DAUs and volume and all, and you can actually get a multiple, an average multiple, and find it out. And then what is the amount of TVL you think that is expected on your favorite blockchain in the next 12 months? Put the multiplier, that should be the target price, and see that if the current price is higher, lower than that, and that's it. That's the way to do it. This is how I do it. It's not about Zignaly or anything. It's about generally how you evaluate blockchains. Because this is another interesting point, maybe something that I learned recently. So I'm just passing it on, that why is this important? Is this important because the gas fees is coming in, and the stakers who are staking getting more yield? They getting more yield means they will keep longer hold, means they will buy more. That means more demand and less supply. Yeah. So it directly impacts the price. Just like, price sale ratio or EPS or whatever in the stock market, this TVL to FDV ratio is there. But coming back to your point that, in terms of the excitement, this vision that we can actually, maybe potentially bring out tens and hundreds of millions of people out of poverty in the world. Yeah. It is truly possible. Amazing.
So you have a mission, you have a vision,
yeah,
and now you're executing it.
Yeah, we are trying our level best. I was when the day our event was, it was my son's birthday.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I missed it. I missed my younger son's birthday this year as well. I missed my wedding anniversary and my wife's birthday this year as well, and last year as well. So there is a lot happening at the background. It's not like a sob story. And to be very honest, I have no regrets, to be honest. And my family, alhamdulillah, they're very understanding. They understand. I try to give as much time as possible, but I tell them, listen, I'm a man on mission.
Yeah.
And if
take away a man's dream, you would take away his life.
I say, listen, I'm 37 years old, and I have one good solid play left in me, I think, maybe more. But this is that solid play. I've done few solid plays, I think, but this can potentially be the biggest play. So I am motivated that way.
Do you see Zignaly like really as your end mission?
Yeah, I think it's a means that way. I don't see it ending anyway in my life. I think this is something that can become bigger than the life itself. And this is the story you want. This is the legacy you want. You don't want something that dies with you. And this is only possible if you really solve a problem. And I think we are solving a problem. We are really solving a problem. I just think of it like this. If someone sitting in Uganda, right, or in the remote area of Philippines or some village in Pakistan, and everyone has internet these days, and by digital wallets, if they can participate in investment opportunities across the world and they can get educated about it in an amazing UI UX manner, then I think the mission is on track. Wow. And this is possible. This is really possible.
That's beautiful.
Rich people will make money anyways.
Yeah. Rich
people will make money anyways. The problem is with those who don't get the opportunities. We have to take those opportunities, democratize it. I'm not saying that we are fighting the system. Absolutely not. We're not vigilantes or anything. Within the system, take these opportunities, fractionalize those opportunities, give it to the people. Let everyone be happy.
That's amazing to hear. So, last question, then we're gonna end this. What's your favorite quote?
Favorite
Quote.
quote? Very interesting one. Yeah, there's a very interesting quote that I don't remember exactly, but it goes like this: that the markets can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent.
Explain that to me.
So sometimes what happens is that you think that okay, something is overvalued, but it still keeps going up and up and up and up. It can keep going up and up and up more than you can be patient about it. Same for the downside.
Yeah.
You can say market is very undervalued. It can keep going down, 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 down. It can break your patience and still go down and then reverse. So as I said, market can remain, irrational longer than your patience basically.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you, brother.
Abdul, thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Like I said, my community really appreciates
I
you
appreciate as
for
well.
what you're doing.
I appreciate.
And looking forward for more.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate, you flew in all the way to Dubai to our event and to meet us. And I was in Amsterdam. You were a great host. And I hope that we reciprocated properly to you as well. And I think with the testnet coming up, the early birds catch the worm, they say, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think all the communities are right now early birds. They will get a lot of worms to catch.
Perfect. Thank you, Abdul.
Thank you.
All right. Perfect. Let's drink some coffee.